Hello, everybody. Welcome to hopefully the last stream for the Ghoulie slash That Winger. This time we're gonna finish it. We probably would have already if I didn't have those nasty issues last time on Monday. So yeah, welcome Chase. In the meantime, hello.
Hello.
Welcome everyone else who is watching, if anybody is.
Let me go into mod view.
Well, I am. I'm watching both from the tablet and my computer, so it should say 3 now, but again, numbers have been a little weird these days. So, what can we do? Okay, so I'm gonna add the special layer here, and then we're gonna do some color variations, I guess, because we're probably gonna finish this with the next layer, special one. So
Yeah, because you really only have to add the shine, right? Or did you already do that?
yeah, basically just the shine. Special. I always have my mic in the way, so every time I type, I have to look at the keyboard. No muscle memory involved here. So it's basically the shine and overlay a little bit of atmosphere, and then we're gonna do some color variations, I guess. Oh, I have to post the links on Discord. Announcements. Okay, actually finishing the Ghoulie is just faster. Oh, just the F? Probably not. Alright. There you go. Hope forgot everyone. Okay, so as I was telling Chase that it's pretty cold here. It got cold all of a sudden, so I was surprised because it doesn't usually happen this way. It's not really nice to have a 10 degrees Celsius drop in 2 days. Well, 1 day technically, and today's still the same. Pretty much. But hey, weather is weird.
Yeah, we were talking about how it kind of came out of nowhere too, but
yeah. Hello, Maria.
Hey, I like cold weather, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, as I also said before, I was not a big fan of cold weather, but after Japan, I'm like, okay, you know what? I prefer cold. It's way better. So I don't mind fall and winter. Let's try some purple blue. Maybe not so much. Just a little bit.
I'm looking at the mod actions from mod view, and I'm looking at the permitted terms, and they're all from Emperor of Cheese.
Yeah, I would think so. Because he was always getting banned by the auto mod.
Well, the auto mod, yeah, is always flagging him.
Oh, by the way, I tried Ark yesterday. It's not bad. It's a pretty interesting survival game. Honestly, it's pretty interesting, and the interaction with the dinosaurs, which are a little more fantasy than just normal dinosaurs, obviously.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. You get a variety of different things, and the atmosphere is nice. Like towards the end of the stream, I was just running around scouting the area, and I could feel like I could see the ground was shaking, like the whole camera was shaking. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then it was foggy, and I saw like a giant tail wave in front of me. I'm like, what the hell is that? I couldn't go towards that direction because there was a ravine. Jesus, it's interesting. It's a nice game. So.
I downloaded it and got it fully installed. I haven't played it yet. I was thinking about maybe playing it on stream, if you ever wanted to play it sometime.
Yeah, why
I don't
not?
know. I don't know if I'll play it today because I don't know how much progress you can make in just an hour. I don't know like how long the intro or anything is, but
Not much. I mean, there is no intro, there is no story or anything. It's just you go there
Yeah,
and make stuff.
I'm assuming you just get dropped into the world, right?
Yeah. I got. I think. Okay, so harvesting resources is super easy, like insanely easy. You will never probably ever starve, because you get a handful of berries and things just by harvesting from bushes that are basically everywhere. So I don't think that's a problem. You will die a lot. So the most of like my main issue is that I kept dying, and you respawn randomly unless you have a bed set up somewhere, which might be an issue. But I mean, you can still enjoy it. It's not like you can just go around and look for dinosaurs and run away if they're too strong. It's not too complicated. You can still get some stuff done even in an hour. I had two, so it's a little more room, but it's you can get some decent gameplay in an hour if you know what to do, I guess.
So there's lots. I mean, I'm familiar with all the dinosaurs and whatnot, but there's like a lot of survival mechanics too.
Yeah, I mean, depends on what you mean. Like, there is, there are
Like
basic
there's
stats.
hunger or
Yeah, hunger, thirst, cold, that kind of thing. Hello, Fiddle. So, yeah,
Fiddle?
it's not indecent. Like, as I said, it's so easy to gather resources that. I mean, unless you do a very. You ramp up the difficulty a lot, and I didn't. I just kept it as default. It's pretty doable. I didn't have issues, and I suck at playing games, so I did die because I was doing random stuff, and I don't know. I started like, fighting with that piranha at some point. I didn't even know what was going on, and then I ventured into this wild area, and there was a Dilophosaurus that blinded me, and then some other that weird dinosaur that I could not see because it was super fast. It looked like a raptor of some sort, which stunned me. Like I was paralyzed or asleep. I could not see much, just that I was being eaten. So, yeah, talking about Ark, yeah. I played it
Fiddle.
yesterday a little bit.
If you ever want to like join us for a session, Fiddle, that would be cool.
Kind of feel. Let me go back.
how many people can you have playing like concurrently?
70.
in a session?
70. I think.
70?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot. It was just me. I was just testing out the single player because when I tried, the first thing I did was trying to join a server, PVE, but there were buildings already, and I thought, I just have to learn how to play it first. It was kind of spoiling the atmosphere with all those buildings and vehicles. So I decided to just go and play like a host/single player version, which was still nice. I mean, it's still a nice game, and if you're not playing online, it's not bad. Quite enjoyable, actually. It's better than the game I was playing with Cheese to last year's summer. That was the
was
forest. The forest.
Oh. Yeah, he's mentioned that before. He seems to like that game.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't know. It's kind of like a proto game for me. It's like half baked. I don't know. It's not like a complete game for me. Ark feels more like a complete game. So yeah, Fiddle. We might try Ark together maybe. See. Didn't decide yet, but since it's free, could be a good idea or a good opportunity. Let me actually see the smaller. Oh, right. Oh, it's locked. Oops. So yeah, nice little game. It's gonna be entertaining for a while, and then I'm gonna get bored and I will not play it anymore. I guess like I always do. I'm not very patient, so. Oh damn it! There's a mosquito here. Ah no, I missed it. Yeah, well, it's mosquito time again. Not fade, shine. Would be cool with me. Are you an expert? I'm not. Ah, there you go. Ah, I got it. Maybe. Anyway, I was trying to post my progress with the man-eating bug card, but that's explicit content. It's the same drawing with more detail and polish. Why is it explicit? I don't know. Like the man-eating bug is not explicit. Like
I mean, unless you're making it eat something, like a human.
I mean that's okay. I mean, what I would not post in the. It's stuck. What's going on? Uh-oh. What happened? What I would not post in the Discord is like very sexually explicit content. But I mean, if it's like a little violent with blood or something, it's fine. I would just avoid if it's very explicit. Because there's a difference. Like you could post like art anatomy studies. Obviously, if it's up nudes, it's still it's okay because it's like art anatomy. But if it's like something,
I'll post hentai.
Yeah, if it's something like borderline hentai stuff, then probably not. But I don't see. I don't know what you mean with explicit for the man-eating bug, because it doesn't feel explicit to me. Not in that sense. That's what I mean with explicit. Like, basically, do not post hentai stuff and that sort of thing.
Well, Maria, the Discord rules that does say like hard violence or graphically disturbing content, but I mean I don't know. It depends on the nature of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if you're posting a picture of man-eating bug and it's like ripped apart a child or something like that.
Yeah, right. That's a little too much. If you're in doubt, you can send it to me privately first, and I can tell you if that kind of content is okay or not.
But obviously, I mean, we're drawing monsters, so monsters are going to fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
obviously, there's going to be some bloodshed. But yeah, something that's not excessively disturbing. Obviously, there are different sensibilities, and so they must be considered. Just trying to think about what's reasonable, right? It doesn't let you. Why not? Hello, student 17.
oh, so the drawing just gets
Discord?
Discord.
That's strange.
Really?
I've never had that happen to me.
I've never heard of that happening.
I've posted anatomy studies, and I've seen people do that in other Discord servers, but then it's not a setting that I put in. It's just Discord. I have no idea, because I cannot prevent you from sending it to me. There is no rule in the private conversation.
Yeah, that sounds like something that Discord is controlling, and I don't know how much power you have over that.
Well, me, nothing.
Yeah.
None. I've had that issue before on other servers. When I changed the name of the file, it was fully Oh, maybe. Okay, you can try. Maybe it's the name.
Oh, yeah, maybe
man eating, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the algorithm is like looking at the name.
Yeah, the file name. So try to rename it. If it's like the same picture you posted already, it's fine to post. It's just a monster. So it's probably the name. That's why Discord blocks it. The stupidity of AI sometimes. Because obviously the name might, be misunderstood by a machine for something that obviously doesn't know it's a card. So yeah, it's definitely not a server setting. It's just a Discord. A good call, Fiddle, anyway. But yeah, Ark is a nice little game. I was thinking of also trying to stream maybe Dino Crisis. I mentioned it yesterday because I got into dinosaur mood now. So what's that thing? Oh, it's white. That's why. Shiny on red. That's interesting. Let's see if we go a little lighter. No. Okay. I hate painting metal. Well, first time for everything. I have to admit, it's difficult to paint metal without tricks. Like, Psy makes it quite easy. Honestly. The thing to remember is usually to just use a lot of value contrast because metal is reflective, so it's very high contrast in the values.
You did a pretty good job on the bomber and drone. Of course,
Yeah,
those are simpler.
Yeah, well, as I said, it's because I'm using Psy, which is like it basically has the shine that is like cheating to make metal. So I cannot take full credit for that. It's the system that's very good at doing it. Because in Photoshop, I had way more trouble. Like when I was doing the metal for the Minotaur, that was a little more difficult. You might be able to tell if it's not as polished in that sense of metal.
Good job with the Zebrasaur too.
Yeah, it came out okay. I guess I'm pretty happy with it. It's I left it basically black and white. Not exactly white, but kinda gray and dark, or light yellowish cream, like zebra.
Yeah, I mean, and you've got like some kind of reddish highlights too, but it works in terms of the lighting.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what a zebra is. It's just got the white body with the black stripes.
didn't
yeah,
work.
it
Discord's
makes-
just against my love for art, and the worst thing is that I didn't even say what's particularly wrong. Well, if it's an AI, it's not going to say it. Yeah. I don't. Are you sure? How did you call it? Did you just try to call it like file or I don't know, image?
Yeah,
Or
just
monster
change the file name to like MEBug
or
something.
zebra. I don't know. Because I do not have any restriction in terms of receiving files, so I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if it's actually able to analyze images, so what I think is that it might be the name. But again, I might be wrong because it never happened to me, so never ever. That is peculiar. I mean, unless it's very explicit, like what's on the image or in the image? It's so strange because it would have to be pretty advanced to, be able to tell. But it's like eating. Yeah, remove the eating part.
I wonder if it thinks it's vor.
I don't know. Just remove the eating part. And maybe he thinks that there is someone eating insects. Or, hey, Emperor Cheese. You want to eat? Eat. Go and eat then.
It's never stopped you before.
Yeah.
Emperor of Cheese. We were talking about Ark earlier. Did you download it?
Or Survival Evolved. Nice game.
Nemo
Better
and I
than
were
the Forest,
thinking
yeah.
of playing the game together at some point. And Fiddle if he wants to join us as well.
Yep. So if you want to join too.
Ark Cheese, Ark Survival Evolved. It's free on the Epic Game Store right now.
It's just much more polished. If you shoot less drawing, it's the same but more detail. Yeah, just rename it. Remove the eating part. It's probably that. I would assume that's the only thing.
Nemo means in the name of the file, Murray.
Yeah, obviously. It's got to be the AI just not allowing some things like bug eating. Maybe I guess showing someone eating bugs is too gross or something. So
I can't imagine that the AI would look at the image and determine that there's something wrong.
yeah, I don't think it's able
Based
to
on
do
what
that.
people, yeah, based on what people post on Discord anyway. Yeah, I think that it's probably the name of the image.
Which is
What did the
kind of stupid and weak as a safety measure.
yeah, because you can rename it anything. What did the Nemester think about it? He seemed to like it, from what I could tell.
Yeah, I like it. It's better than the one we played together, The Forest. Way better. Similar mechanics, but better. Also, okay, there are some quirks and weird things. Like, you can drink any kind of water. I guess there is no salty water or toxic water. You're not going to get intoxicated by drinking from the sea. Given that I don't even know if it's a sea. It looks like it's a sea, but I guess it's not. And yeah, but I don't have any complaints really. It's a nice game. If anything, okay, I would have liked a mechanic to skip night time, like being able to sleep. Because you just have to wait, as far as I can tell, at least, and as far as they told me. But apart from that, yeah, it's fine. It's a nice, fine game. So
Yeah, so that's what I meant by survival mechanics, is whether you have to like eat and sleep or do things like that.
not sleep, but you have to eat. But again, it's so easy. Like I killed one fish, and I harvested so much food that it became it rotted before I could actually finish it. So, and it was a lot. And then I put on a fire and like a campfire and I cooked it. So it lasts long.
Tacos, be right back. Okay, Fiddle.
Okay,
good luck with that.
tacos. Nice tacos. I like tacos.
Your stomach will thank you. Emperor of Cheese. We never got back to playing the Forest. It's funny you mentioned
Because
that.
it's boring. It's boring. Come on. No, it's so it's too survival-ish and it's too arbitrary, I guess. There is not much to do. As I was saying before, it's like a proto game for me. It's not like a full, complete experience. Ark is way better and it's got way more variety. So what I don't like about the Forest is how empty it feels. Well, so even in terms of monsters, you just have these wild guys. They go around, they're all the same, pretty much. But with Ark, you
Oh,
get all sorts of dinosaurs and size and type of things they do. So
yeah, because in the forest, isn't it just like a bunch of cannibals in the woods, that kind
yeah,
of
and
thing?
there's nothing else,
Yeah.
and it feels so empty. Ark does not feel empty at all. It's full of animals. So and also the forest was pretty bugged. Like I remember we were playing with Cheese, and we were chasing some sort of salamander thing, and it kept clipping. So uh, it was not the greatest experience, in my opinion. It was fun to play, but it's got limits, and I think Ark is way better. So I would play Ark over that. Also because of dinosaurs, that's a huge plus. I'm a
Yeah,
dinosaur fan.
I think I would like the dinosaur environment more than just kind of the typical horror cannibal thing.
No,
I
it's
just
kind of
find the
cliche.
dinosaurs more interesting.
You digged it. Does it? It does have issues. I do agree. It feels a bit empty, but it's cool to cave diving, hunting for items. Yeah, but if you're in the caves and you run out of items, you're done basically. And I don't like that. While here in Ark, I feel like you have way more leverage. Like you can still recover pretty easily if you get killed, and it just feels more balanced. I don't know. Also, the fact that you can just gather the I prefer like to just gather the resources. I know it makes no sense from a technical standpoint. Like, okay, how am I gonna stock 300 pieces of wood in my underwear? You can't, obviously, but it's way better than having to drag logs across the map, which, again, because all of the other survival things come into play, it's really so at that point you're not even playing the game. You're just trying not to let your stats go down too much and die for starving or disease or something. So it's not as fun for me. I prefer some to have some more arcade-ish behavior and enjoy the game because I just like to go out and hunt dinosaurs. It's funny to do so.
Yeah, Maria, I'm not really sure what to tell you. I've never had that issue where it just doesn't let me upload a file, so I don't know
Yes,
if it's something on your end or not.
Uh, I have no idea. Can you try? Okay, try the same picture you posted before, the exact same one with the exact same file, and see if that gets banned. Because if so, maybe it's a temporary issue, or something with your client.
Or go to another section and just like upload something else to see if it's just
Yeah.
all images or just that image.
So that it would be a good idea to try another random image.
It's
See
cool
that
if you
works.
have a mission and aim to do it. I was playing with another bro and we went on a journey into the depths of a cave for a samurai sword. It was pretty fun.
I don't know. I guess I'm not too much into that kind of thing. Like,
Where
uh,
where does the forest take place?
you know, on an island, which is also pretty small.
Okay, yeah.
It's
So
just that. Like in Ark,
okay.
you got like 7 maps or something. I didn't count them all, but at least 7 maps.
Well, it
Uh,
must be one of the islands near Japan if there's a cave with a samurai sword in it, but all right.
Probably. Yeah, and everything. Okay, when we were playing scattered around the map, you would find all these things. Like, for some reason, like there were camps. Like, people, I guess, were camping there at some point, and they were abandoned and with heads, stuck on pikes and stuff like that. But so it felt like very sandboxy because of that. And I didn't feel like there was a lore that you would have to discover or anything. So at least in Ark, you've got all the dinosaurs to catch and train, because you can train the dinosaurs. You can breed the dinosaurs or dodos, whatever you want to do, which is neat. You can
Yeah, I was gonna
breed
ask.
them and then ride them.
I saw all the videos with the dodos. I'm like, are the dodos basically the mascot of the game?
I don't know if it's a mascot, but they are there. And I killed a bunch of dodos because it's just easy.
Yeah. I mean, I saw them with like top hats and things like that. I'm like, oh, this looks like fun.
It's fun. It's fun. So, and the character, how can I put it? The character evacuates. You know, his personal. He's got needs, obviously, biological needs, and so every now and then he produces stool. He or she, and you can use that to fertilize, I think, your fields and grow crops and stuff. Also, you can use animal dung to do that.
I was gonna ask, because if you eat and sleep, or I guess not sleep, but do you also have to defecate or things like that?
Yeah, they do. I mean, it just does that. You hear like, you know, a fart and it does that. So it's kind of funny. It's not serious. Like, obviously you got people and dinosaurs and you can ride them. Like, obviously it's not going to be serious, but it's fun to play. You know, it's arcade-ish. So I enjoy it.
That's funny. When I was a kid, I always thought about that in video games. Because like you would play The Legend of Zelda or Final Fantasy. I'm like, do the characters ever have to go to the bathroom or anything like that?
Yeah, pretty much same here.
I always just assumed it happened off screen or something.
Yeah. But no, here it does happen. It does, and it's fun. It's funny when
Speaking
it does.
of dinosaurs, what about the Isle? I'm not familiar with that.
I don't like to play as dinosaurs, though. It's a game where you play as a dinosaur. I don't know. I've seen a lot of videos of gameplay for that, but I don't know.
So you play as like a dinosaur and you fight other dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't find that kind of mechanic too interesting for my personal likes. I had considered it, but
the Polish version of the man-eating bug is the only one it's denying. Polish.
Oh, you mean the polished, probably.
Polished. Oh.
Welcome to the King of Warsaw.
This man-eating bug only eats the Polish. Which is understandable.
Oh, he's got shiny glow with gel shiny here.
It looks cool, but I would rather be around dinosaurs and not one. Hopefully, horror dinosaur games make their way back.
Yeah,
right. I agree.
Oh yeah. The Lost Wild, which is I'm not sure if it's survival, but it's a dinosaur game, is gonna come out in 2024. It says, and I'm keeping an eye on it. Although I'm probably gonna be dead by then, or we are probably gonna be dead by then. And the other is Death Ground, I think, which is like it's Alien Isolation but with dinosaurs, but it's multiplayer, which I'm not sure how it's gonna play out with that kind of mechanic with the radar and stuff. So yeah, there are some. Unfortunately, there's not gonna be a Dino Crisis remake, it seems, which sucks. So far, it's not been announced. We'll see.
The unfortunate thing about horror games is that there's a lot of really good ones, but most horror games are very low effort because horror games are like one of the easier games to actually make when you're getting into game development and whatnot.
Yep, I agree.
Because you don't really, I mean, you're just kind of hedging everything on sort of the atmosphere and how the player interacts with the environment. But like
Yeah.
the mechanics don't need to be that deep or anything.
Oh
So
no, it's just puzzle games basically most of the time. And yeah, it's also the most popular game genre for indies on itch. I noticed.
yeah,
So and some are good. I've played one that was like it was like 2D pre-rendered with some 3D animations. It was super short and bugged in the sense that I could not finish it because it was a game-breaking bug, but it was really good, like really well done. And I thought, oh, maybe I can make one of these too. I've got some ideas. Because you can also make the same game with just pre-made assets. You just need dirty rooms.
yeah.
And
And
that's it. Blood.
the irony is that with RPG Maker, I think the biggest, like the largest category of games made with RPG Maker is horror games. Maybe that or hentai games, but there's actually very few like RPGs that are polished and finished available. It's mostly like horror stuff or the anime sex stuff.
Yeah, I would say overall it's pretty easy to find unfinished games with free software because they're low entry bar.
Low effort.
Yeah. I can understand. I would have probably. I mean, I did actually. I didn't publish them, but I did try to make games with like 11.
Yeah, same here.
And then when I was 18, 16, and throughout all my life, I always tried to make games. Never published them apart from one called Angry Wife. And I'm not kidding. It was for iOS. You can find a video on YouTube if you want.
Oh man, way to foreshadow your life.
I guess. But I was already married, and I actually kind of made that up.
Oh, Cheese says he still has the app downloaded.
Oh, you still have it? Yeah, I still have it too. It's not available anymore because I didn't want to pay the. Why do you have to pay $120 to just keep the Apple developer account? That's insane. Just to keep it. I like looking back. I regret not doing it for Android because I could have still had it now, and I could have used Unity. It would have been much better because ironically, I never published the Unity games that I made ever because they're not finished. That one is the only one I finished.
When it comes to apps, you should always opt for Android over Apple because Apple is very protective of their IP and very restrictive as well.
Oh yeah, it was so complicated to get like all the paperwork done to publish this stupid game that never sold anything. So
I have the icon on my phone. The Thunderbolt death made me laugh. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Actually, you know what? I don't know. Can you? I wonder. Yeah, I guess you can hear my the sounds of my computer, can't you? Probably. Let's see.
I'm gonna have to do a stream of this.
You can't. Oh, and there was a. I submitted a DMCA takedown for an Indian guy who cloned it in 3D. That it's the same game made in 3D.
Really?
But it's the same game. Yeah, you got the same stuff. I'm going to show you my game now. Wait, can I get it? Look for? Okay, there it is. All right. Wait a second. This has nothing to do with the stream, but okay. Okay, this is the game. I hope you can hear the audio. Oh, Chase, you cannot hear it obviously unless you listen to the.
Okay, I can hear it on the stream.
It's just a stupid game.
Is your wife throwing stuff out of the window?
Yeah. It's my first game, so obviously it's very simple. It's made all by hand, all coding.
Nice. What about the assets?
Handmade. I made them all.
Nice. Was that Donald Trump?
Yeah.
So it must be Melania throwing the stuff after Stormy Daniels found out.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's fun. So somebody just stole that game and made it 3D.
Yeah, that's right. An Indian guy, and I filed a complaint, but never got taken down from the Android store. Funny, but expected. It was not even so good. Like it's just that, like I made everything, game states, everything in Swift. So it took me 3 months maybe to make, a little more obviously to learn it. But I made all of the assets by hand, pixel art and stuff, and it was fun. It was really fun, and it was.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the assets are the thing that's gonna take the most time there.
Oh, they are. Yeah, I hadn't reversed them. So my first idea was to make like 16 levels, and each level would have it like after reaching a certain goal for each, you would unlock a character. But it took me so long to make 2 that I only put 2 in. So it was the normal one, it was the Christmas one, and then I made the characters.
Oh man, you should have like made all the unlockable characters like people with angry wives. So like one of them could have been Tiger Woods after his wife found out he was cheating on her and things like that.
I could have. Yeah, I played the trump card there because, I guess maybe people want to see him getting hit by heavy stuff, anvils and balls, bowling balls. So.
Well, I get it. It's name recognition, and people are going to see that.
Yeah, it was a stupid joke, but it was fun. It was fun to make. It was kind of fun to play for a while. Just a stupid game. You have to do nothing. It's for mobile, so obviously. It was a learning experience for me. And then after that, I started using Unity, but I never published anything else. So.
No, that's a good thing. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you really want to start off with when you're first programming, is making really simple stuff.
Yeah, and again, everything is handmade. I was using a Hackintosh that I had made to make that because I did not have a Mac. So, and you cannot make games for iOS unless you have a Mac, which sucks. But
I mean, that's what I did a while back. I used Unity and I made like a simple side-scrolling Mario type game based on my dog. It was just called Super Angus World, that kind of thing. And instead of coins, you grab like little milk bones and things like that. Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun. Sometimes it's just fun to make a game, just even if you're not going to publish it or anything. It's just to see a small
idea.
A hobby for me. Yeah, for me as well. Now I don't get so much time as I used to, but sometimes I still like. I did try out Unreal Engine, by the way, because I wanted to try to make something like stupid, something horror, like very, because I feel like the type of horror that I like is never really portrayed in games. I wanted to make this. I think something was out of a dream as well. There was like a rainy forest with nothing but creepy sounds. Just a experiment. And it's fun to learn to create this small world. It's like a small dream world that you can actually play and live. So it's making games is a fun hobby. Then turning it into a career and actually making a profitable product is another completely different thing, obviously.
Did you ever, have you ever heard of LSD Dream Emulator?
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah.
That was for the original PlayStation. I mean, it was Japanese only, but that's what they did is the artist of the game, he kept a dream diary, and so he would write down everything that happened in his dreams, and then they would recreate it for the game. So that's all the levels of the dream, or of the game were from his dreams, that kind of thing. And it's very strange.
It is. Oh, but some of my dreams are wild. Like I've got Cthulhu sometimes in my dreams. So Actually, this is one of those that I really wanted to turn into a game level. Uh, I was like in some sort of Irish slash Scottish hillside. Well, not hillside,
Mm.
cliffside, like looking towards the sea. And and at some point, I don't know if I would jump or something, I would find myself in the water and Cthulhu was there. Like I would swim, I could hold my breath indefinitely, apparently, and Cthulhu was there because I was probably looking about some stuff with Cthulhu in the previous days, and I thought this would be really cool. Like we like to have the Cthulhu entity like lurking around this small map, and I tried to
Hmm.
make it and just gave up for the lack of time. But it's just fun, to do sometimes.
That's interesting. I had a dream one time it was kind of in the same place. It was like I was on a hillside and I don't know, some sort of countryside near Ireland or something like that, the same. And while I was standing there, I see this giant puppet man walk over the hill and he's dressed like a
Jeez.
king, so it's like a giant puppet king.
Huh.
And there are people standing around and he grabs them and just starts eating them. Like he opens his mouth and he just
Jeez.
fits the entire person in his mouth. And I'm just running away because this giant puppet man is eating people and he's coming after me.
Interesting. Yeah, I've got a good share of creepy, creepy dreams. Some of them used to have dinosaurs. Especially when I was a kid. I remember when I was playing Dino Crisis, I would dream that I was playing the game as a character, but I could not press start to pause the game if something scary was happening. So, still pretty cool. I would still like to turn some of those into a dream because it's into a game because it's just for the fun of seeing it happen for
Yeah.
real.
I'm sorry to hear about that, Maria. I really don't know what to tell you. I've never heard of Discord just outright not letting you post an image.
You could try to send it by email to me, Nemo at theartofnemo.com, and see if that goes through. And if it does, if it's something that I can publish, I will publish it for you. If I can.
Emperor of Cheese says, I always had a recurring dream that I was home alone and there was this evil force that would scare me out of the house. Are you sure that wasn't your shame? Like your subconscious telling you to.
I think my
I'm kidding,
scariest
Cheese.
ones.
I jest.
I think my scariest ones were the ones with dinosaurs, though. Apart from one that I had with zombies, probably because I had just seen Resident Evil. Uh,
Yeah, I've had dreams where I
usually,
got chased by werewolves, things like that.
usually for me, it's dinosaurs or Godzilla sort of monsters. Uh, it tends to be stuff pretty large.
I had a dream about Freddy Krueger one time, and that was the worst. Seeing Freddy Krueger in your dreams.
I can imagine.
Welcome back, Fiddle.
Welcome back. How was your taco or tacos?
I
Tacos.
already deleted it. I'm not in the mood for technology to make my day worse. You deleted your drawing?
Why? No, I don't think you should have deleted it. I mean, maybe it's just a temporary issue. Might be.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes. You know, uh, softwares suck. So it can happen sometimes. Deleting it seems extreme.
They were really good. Well, let us know if you have to go to the bathroom later. Hell, if you still feel the same.
Yeah, they tend to be pretty intense for your guts.
Yeah.
But
'Cause I had
so
some.
if I make tacos, I will not add too much spicy powder nowadays. I
I had
don't
some
like too spicy.
quesadillas the other night, and I thought they were really good when I was eating them. And then I woke up the next morning, and I did not think they were so good anymore.
Yeah, it happens. I am
My
disciplined
roasted
enough.
chili corn will make me go to the bathroom later, God, or something. Yeah. Roasted chili corn. That is not sound like the best combination for your colon. Chili and corn, yeah.
Yeah, probably. But as I was saying, I don't put much spice anymore because of that. I don't want my gut to burn later, catch fire. So I'm like, nah, I want
Good
to
lord.
enjoy it.
Between this and Ark, there's a lot of talk of defecation on this.
Yeah, sometimes that's what happens with me. Sorry.
Gotta be careful. You don't want to attract the wrong audience again.
I hope not. I
Oh,
don't
that is like
know.
those no sugar gummy bears. Yeah, don't eat those.
Um,
The sugar-free gummy bears.
you know what? It's been so long since I've eaten gummy bears or gummy anything, like gummy candies or even like those sugar pops. I guess they're called. I don't know, the ones that like sparkle in your mouth.
Did you have the gummy worms? They look like gummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to
What?
have way too many of those.
They don't sell these anymore, but when I was a kid, I don't know if any of you had this, but we had candy cigarettes. They were like in the shape of cigarettes, but they were like made of sugar and whatnot. You could blow the sugar like it was cigarette smoke.
I think we had those too.
They obviously don't sell them anymore, but
Yeah. Uh, I would so like to eat those like soda candies. Um, I was crazy. Since when I was small, I was in Spain. I was like 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and they had these very very hard to your mouth soda pop kind of candies. They were called Fridge something, I guess. Frizzy pop, I don't know. And I was eating a lot of them. They were like strings basically. Like not like licorice strings, but they were like flat and like flat pasta. You know, like flat like tagliatelle. I don't know if you know that type of pasta. They were
yeah.
like that, but made of sugar and very soda-ish, like very sparkly in your mouth. And I was eating a ton of those, and that was not a good idea. And it's still not a good idea because I get stomachache if I do. Like I don't know if I did not, probably I don't like the gum that's put into those, but I have to hard deny myself those things. Do you really like them?
Yeah, in retrospect, it's really strange some of the things that we were like eating as kids that are obviously not allowed now. When I was a kid, so I look at like Lunchables, those kinds of things that you can get nowadays, where it's like, I don't know, they give you like crackers and ham and cheese or something, and maybe some sort of juice. Yeah. When I was a kid, they had Lunchables that were like burgers. So you would take like the little like meat patties and put them on the buns and eat them, and they would come packaged with like a Pepsi or something. And it's like back in the day.
Yeah, we had some things like that too.
Yeah, you could buy Lunchables with like meats, like hamburgers, and then also pop, and that's not something that's allowed anymore.
Yeah, good old days.
You cannot. Yeah. I mean, they were delicious, but like people that are younger would think that's crazy. Is like you actually got like cans of Pepsi and things with your Lunchables, and it's like yeah, they would just box them together like that until
there was a lot
started to get regulated.
I was eating a lot of shitty stuff when I was a kid, like a lot. It was considered normal to have like these hyper sugarish snacks, basically. Like I don't know how to call them. They're like industrial pieces of cake, but they're not real cake, and they're so bad. Like I feel like nauseous if I look at them now. It's like, what the hell is that? It's like disgusting. It's like eating plastic and sand. But I was eating a lot of those when I was a kid. So One of my favorite candies or wear until bathroom trips got annoying is wine gums. I don't think I know wine gums.
Is it like a wine flavored gummy, or is it a gummy with
Yes.
wine in it?
Probably not real wine though.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it could be. It could be. There were some candies with liquor when I was a kid, so. Oh man, I always had candies. I feel kind of bad because to my son, so he got cavities already because of his grandma. Like they were always, he was like not even one, and they were giving him a ton of sugary drinks. I mean, they have no concept. Okay, here's another rant. I don't think Japanese have a concept of not giving some things to kids because my sister-in-law was giving her 1.5-year-old caffeine, like coffee, you know, the one you get from vending machines. And so, and I was like, "What the are you doing?" and I too late I noticed they were giving all these super like hyper sweet drinks to my son, and he got cavities already, the decay like two decayed teeth. And so when I was there, I feel bad because I was always like, "You're gonna get one candy." No, one jelly. I was almost never buying candies for him because I was like so worried about his teeth, which is weird considering the crap that I was eating when I was a kid and nobody cared. So, yeah, apologies to my son for being such an ass.
In my country, you bring your snacks from home before, and Kwan, there's sugar in all places. Well, I mean, there's sugar everywhere in America, too.
Yeah,
Sugar
here
and
you
corn
bring your
syrup.
snacks. Yeah, snacks, or there is a cafeteria, I guess, in some places, depending on how long you gotta stay there. Some schools, like my school, I was staying like almost next to the school, so I was going home for lunch. But some kids, yeah, they brought things sometimes. The last cafeteria I experienced, I think, was in kindergarten. Uh, so it's fun. Okay, all right. I think we can start with some color variations. Yeah, okay. So this is the finished Ghoulie slash Deadwinger. Not too bad, I guess.
I like it.
Yeah, it's an okay monster. I don't like the boot there, but it's okay. It's gonna be nobody's gonna notice it at this kind of size, probably, right? It's gonna be too small to notice. So, okay,
Not
let's
in my
see.
game.
Yeah, not enough to complain at least. The very flat looking boot. Let's see. Let's try some colors first. There you go. The
Yeah.
albino version.
Look up other hockey team color combinations.
I have it in my reference that I have to open.
Just don't pick any of the bad colors.
The bad colors.
Well, I mean, some sports teams have like really awful color combinations, in my opinion.
Okay, so this is blue, orange, and white. I guess it's not too bad.
That's not bad.
It's I don't know what team this is. It says CCM. Is it Cincinnati Minions or something?
CCM?
CCM, yeah.
Well, that's just a brand of
Oh.
hockey.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't read the name. So, since I don't know the logos.
You should put like a big Canadian leaf on the front.
Maybe, or on the shoulders. So let's duplicate this. Let's see how long it takes us. So main color is gonna be.
What are you talking about? I'm not a zombie.
A? What are you talking about, A?
Good old Canadians. They're a good people. They're a good people.
Yeah, I had a. Did I tell you about my experience going to Canada?
No,
Oh, I got arrested.
really.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, technically, I guess it's arrest. So here's some free publicity for the very nice, wink wink, Canadian immigration officers named, especially the one named Bisias, Bissias, or Bisias, I don't know, N. Bisias, who thought that going there for a two months vacation was not okay. So I went there when it was 2016. I just wanted to take some time off. Like I was just bored of staying here. I just broken up with my girlfriend, then who became my wife later, and so I went there. I went to Canada because I just wanted to spend some time in the Americas. And this guy stopped me at the immigration, and I was like, "I don't like your story." It's like, what? Like, I just want to have a vacation. It's like, no, I don't believe your story, and I'm not gonna let you in. It was like obviously longer than this. Like they took me they kept me there 5 hours at the immigration, and then they handcuffed me, and they put me in a detention center, and the next day I was sent back to Italy. That's the short story.
That is a thing, though. Canada, I mean, people might not be aware of this. Canada is very restrictive of its borders and immigration. Like that is a thing. They're very strict about it.
Yeah.
Don't think that you can just drive up there across the border and everything's going to be a-okay. No, they're pretty strict about that.
Yeah. I noticed. Now I know.
Certainly more strict than America is, but
Oh yeah, I had no. So I was freaking out actually when I went to San Diego because I was like, okay, I don't want to have the same issue. But thankfully I had my wedding ring back then, so nobody complained. But they were pretty chill overall. So, but in Canada they asked me all sorts of questions like, what do you do every day? What's your goal in life from like 5 years from now? It's like, I don't know. What? Seriously?
yeah,
It's
and,
funny.
good
It's
luck.
funny because there was a. Oh yeah, what?
I was going to say good luck if you have anything on your criminal record, even the smallest thing.
Oh
and you
yeah, I
try
had
to cross
nothing.
over.
Obviously.
It's even if you have nothing, they're going to question you. But if you've
Yeah.
got something, you're not going in.
Yeah, it's funny because there was a guy who totally looked like a drug dealer from the Middle East, and he went in. They just told him, "You got to report here in 2 days." Like, not here, but that some kind of police station or something. Because he was next to me, and he went in. But I got they checked my baggage. They didn't like the fact that I had a computer and a keyboard. I didn't tell them I was a freelancer. Like, I'm a student. Because, it's a red flag. So that might have screwed me a little bit because I lied. But it's not like their business. Like, I'm not going to work here and become illegal. I'm just taking some time off. And I want to have my stuff. Play games and things like that. So I need a keyboard. But they didn't like it. So...
They're afraid you're going to gentrify.
Yeah, like, what the hell am I going to do? I was just a guy. Just really no criminal record, no anything. To them, I was just a student there with my parents' money. And like, what the hell you want? Seriously. But nope. So shout out to the very nice people.
What do you think you're
Canadian
doing here,
immigration.
Mr. Italian? Thinking you're going to be the next Mussolini and bring fascism to our country? Think we're going to kick you
Oh,
out?
I don't know. I guess the guy was also kind of, I guess he had something against Italians or something. I don't know, because he was an asshole. Like, he really was.
Well, that part's understandable. But
So, yeah. Not a good experience. Hopefully, I don't think. Oh, I cannot go there anymore anyway. For another what? 2016 was 6 years ago. Another 4 years, or 4 or 9 years. I don't know if it was 10 or 15. So they said basically now that I've been kicked out, I cannot go there unless I've got very good reasons. Otherwise, it's going to happen again.
2016 was 6 years ago. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even process that until you said it.
It was, yeah. So that is the unfortunate truth of crossing borders. I heard that it's pretty much the same in Australia and the UK. That you can get rejected for very petty reasons,
Yeah.
which sucks, but
You could go to America. We let everyone in.
yeah, I guess. Well, I came there easily, so
Yeah. You're a drug dealer? That's fine. We got plenty of those. Yep, just cross the border.
yeah.
Oh, you sell fentanyl? That's okay. We got a community for you over here.
Ooh, this guy's gonna have darker skin. How about this? Stick color is going to change. You can make them gray for this one now.
Cheats probably knows all about that living near DC.
Oh yeah, he tells me about that sometimes. There's no place like home, I guess. Okay, this one's not too bad. So one is going to be like this. It's like the alternative uniform of the Devils.
What a mess. Yeah. You know what? Everyone makes fun of Ohio. Ohio is a great place to live, though, because we really don't have a lot of those issues here. I'm not saying it's without its problems, but compared to other places,
So do
we got
you
very
get?
nice people.
So are you like Kentucky, where if you step in someone else's lawn by mistake, they shoot you?
No, I mean Kentucky is pretty close to here actually, but
Hmm.
that doesn't really happen here.
Yeah, it's cool. Because I was watching a documentary once. It was like not exactly a documentary, but people going around, and someone told them they were in Kentucky, and someone told them be careful because if you step in the wrong lawn, like someone's gonna shoot you, and if you don't get out of my lawn, I'm gonna shoot you. So I was like, okay.
Generally not a good idea to just walk around people's lawns, but yeah.
Although sometimes you just don't know. Maybe you're someone else's property. You don't realize that if you're in the woods or something.
Yeah, but the idea of them just coming up and shooting you, that doesn't happen very often. Someone will
Okay.
probably come up and say, like, why are you on my property? And
Okay.
that's legitimately a
Yeah, well, I
question.
understand
It's
that,
like,
yeah.
why are you just walking around here? Are you scouting my house or what are you doing?
Yeah. I always wanted to visit like some northern / central areas in America. Vermont, especially for some reason, it seems really attractive, like nature-wise.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. There's especially about like middle America and really about Southern Americans, there's a lot of negative stereotypes, but if you actually go and like talk with people, they're extremely kind and generous. The stereotypes are just not true at all. They're very good people. Even if you're like a foreigner, they'll treat you very kindly. The idea that Americans just like hate all foreigners or things like that is just not true.
That's Japan, anyway. There is my rant for today. Here you go. I had to put it in somewhere.
Well, I know that because I talked about this before, but I used to work as a manager at a general store, and there was a like a British couple. They immigrated from England to America, and they lived in my area. And they came in, and they were asking me about where to find some things, and then Yeah, I helped them out and checked them out, and they said, they were surprised by like how generous and kind Americans were compared to England. But
There's some good and bad everywhere, pretty much.
yeah, just avoid the cities.
Oh, yeah. Ideally.
Because that is a thing in America, from my experience, is that city people tend to be very pretentious, and they will talk down to you, and they don't like more rural areas or people, and they'll say how they're like Neanderthal and things like that. And yeah, they're very high on their own gas, as we would say.
Cheese thinks you're too nice.
I agree with that in some respects.
There's definitely a threshold where you can be too nice, where you're too willing to do things.
Yeah,
And you don't want to
yeah.
hurt people's feelings by telling them that they're doing something wrong, so you just kind of ignore it, and it doesn't help anyone. That's a problem too.
Claws, state comedy.
Only people that fit that kind of stereotype are Californian types. Nah, I would say New Yorkers too fall into that. They think that they're sort of God's gift to Earth, that kind of thing. Not all of them, obviously. I have a friend that lives in New York, but he would probably verify that they just kind of think that their way of living is the best, and they typically see other people as beneath them, but because they live in New York, for God's sake, the capital of the world.
New York. Old York. Why is that black? Why is this black? I don't care. Probably the secondary decoration. Oh, yeah. Oh,
The narcissism and self-importance in LA was obvious. Los Angeles, yeah, is also a notable example
yeah,
of
that
that.
is, yeah. It tends to be a little like that. Hey, this color is gonna work. Yes, you get 3 colors already. Then what? Let me look up some hockey team.
Okay,
Ooh,
so I was looking up hockey, and
Yeah.
I'm seeing all these pictures of field hockey. I'm like, what are you doing? Hockey needs to be on the ice. You don't play it on a field.
I guess it's too hot.
Of course, it's women's hockey, so that's not really
Yeah.
hockey anyway.
Depends on what kind of woman.
They look very petite. They don't look like they'd punch each
Okay,
other in the face.
then I guess no. Let's try yellow.
Yeah, let's talk about women's sports. That's a hot button issue right now. Maybe we shouldn't.
Maybe. My bay.
I have to step out, be right back unless you're gone. Well, you're probably not
Probably
going to be
gone.
here,
Yeah.
so.
Probably gonna be gone. Cool. Set the cat's color too. Let's make it roughly the same yellow. Gonna make it all yellow or orange. Orange is not too bad for this.
I kind of want to play Duel Masters today, but I need to put in some effort to actually set that up.
Can't imagine. Wait, you want to stream from your actual PS2?
Yeah.
Oh. Complicated.
I mean, I guess I could stream it other ways, but I have a save file with my original save on it. Although I guess you could just download a save file from the internet.
Probably.
I do that with certain games.
Skin. Okay, skin is gonna be purple. Again. There you go. Not too bad. The hockey stick is pretty much always the same color here. Don't care that much. Maybe you can just darken it a little bit. Desaturate it in black. Yeah, not too bad. Although there are some little artifacts, I'm gonna leave them like here. Obviously, because I use the different color.
Okay, Nemo, I have a personal question.
Yeah.
If I were to date an Italian woman, what are some issues that I should consider before getting involved?
I don't think there's so much of a difference between the US and here. Not that I could notice. I guess a look at her mom.
Well, that's always a good rule of thumb.
See how her mom is. It's gonna give you a good idea of how she's gonna turn out, and make sure that she's not too attached to the family, probably, which might be an issue around here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know if it's true, but it is kind of like a stereotype here that like Italian women are very kind of loud and argumentative, and that
They
kind of
are,
thing.
they are, but it really depends on what you like. Nowadays, I think internet is kind of breaking all of these stereotypes because pretty much everybody has access to the same type of reality. So I think you're gonna find mainly the same issues you got there with women or people in general. Because I've seen, people like, how can I put it, expressing the same kind of things that you were complaining about a few days ago.
Okay.
So that could be a deal breaker. That is a deal breaker. So
Maria asks, what do you think of the promises that will surely be broken for the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet?
I don't know. I'm already so disappointed that honestly, I don't think they can do worse.
I don't know what promises they've made. I guess they did technically say the game is open world. So you can go anywhere. You can do the gyms in any order.
I can make an open world game in a very short time in Unreal Engine, but it's not going to have anything in it. And I think it's going to be pretty much the same. So open world means nothing nowadays because you can just drop a few 3D procedurally generated terrains into a 3D software and or a 3D game engine, and that's going to be it. And it doesn't take effort. I don't think the areas in the last Pokemon games were designed. They didn't look like, they looked really random. So not gonna wait for these games.
I'm pretty disappointed in pretty much most of the designs we've seen so far.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stop here. We have 4 color variations. So we got the original, we got the inverse of that, more or less. Then an orange blue Lotto, I guess, variation, and the yellow one, yellow gray. So I've got 2 to go. I'm gonna do them off stream. And tomorrow we're gonna be back with the wacky creature design challenge. It's gonna be interesting. Chase, do you need extra elements to add to the wheel, or?
I mean, you can send me some.
Okay. I'll see. I'll grab.
I do think that we should continue on with the more ambiguous parts, though.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good.
Yeah.
At least 2 better designs overall. So, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for hanging out together with the Ghoulie here, with the Ghoulie streams, and being so patient with me. I appreciate you being part of the community also. We'll get back tomorrow. I'm sorry, Maria, you couldn't upload that thing. As I said, try to send it. Oh, you erased it. Well, if you somewhat get it back some way, if you didn't completely erase it, just feel free to send it to me, and we'll see what I can do. Everyone else, have a good one. Thanks, Fiddle, Chase, and Student 17, and Maria. I'm going to see you tomorrow.